here's my question. Well, I'm gonna tell you. Well, let me ask you this.
You don't
first.
know what you're gonna do.
Well, I see. There's a lot of stuff on my brain.
Oh well, I can imagine that.
Cause we ain't been here since. Was we here last Saturday?
No.
We ain't been here since a while.
Yeah.
2 or 3 Saturdays ago. Whenever it was, but, and a lot of things happen, Earl.
They have.
Yeah. Here's my question to you. First of all, if you get into, do you get into a skirmish or a squirmish?
You get into a skirmish. Skirmish is when you get that sick feeling after you've been in a skirmish.
Yeah. After
When
somebody
you got your ass beat.
Yeah,
Well,
somebody hits you
see,
right in the
really, I
jejunum.
was thinking a skirmish I was thinking that like it was like an animal, like a mix between a squid and a worm, a skirmish, you know.
It could be.
But my question is, why would it be a skirmish? Because after you get into what you said, skirmish, you got that squirmy feeling. So I think it's probably a skirmish.
No,
We can ask. I'll tell you what we can do. We can ask philosopher Earl. He'll know.
There's two separate things.
So the reason I'm asking you that, Earl, is, you know, I like to get out and about. You know, yeah, you know, and I'm talking about, you know, far away like Pickens or some.
Way off.
Yeah, people don't know me as well over there. So. Well, me and Tracy go to a holiday fair, or they called it market at the mill or something like that. But anyway, all kind of people there. They some, what do you call them, artisans. Is that what it's called? Or?
What, artiste.
Oh, well, yeah, that's right, artiste.
From Artesia.
Yeah.
They got
Yeah.
whales over there.
Yeah.
But these people here, now they some talented individuals, Earl.
Yeah, they are.
Me and you wouldn't fit in
Oh,
over there.
no. See,
Cause they people they can knit you a scarf, Earl, or they can build you a birdhouse. Oh, I'm talking about on premises.
I've seen them do it, and I'm amazed every time I see it because I have zero of those skills.
I'd be more inclined to buy a birdhouse from somebody if they were like, "Hey, you want a birdhouse?" Be like, "Yeah." Like, what color you want it? And then I said blue, and they're like, they made it right there, painted it right there. I'd buy it.
Yeah, oh yeah. I
But
mean,
if they got a blue one sitting on the shelf, I ain't buying that shit.
And I did. I got 3 of them. but over there, I mean, think about it. It wasn't 2 or 3 or 10. It was 125.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they everything you can think of, Earl.
Oh,
you know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But you know, and they had food trucks outside. You can get you any kind of old food truck, food,
Porcupine on a stick.
anything, slavered pineapple, any kind of stuff like that. But me and Tracy wandered around there like we do, you know, for an hour or two.
Sort of like you do at home. Just wander around.
Yeah, in the grocery store.
Yeah.
But anyway, they said we come across a little area over there and had great big old chair, all kind of poinsettias around it and everything. I said,
That's Santa Claus. That's Santa Claus.
Well, I didn't realize it. Start with, I said, I'm gonna go sit in that chair. Oh, you can't do that. I said, why not, Tracy? I'm just going. No. I said, why? She said, that's Santa's chair. I said, you got to be. Santa's coming? She said, yeah. I said, when is he coming? She said, well, I think they said 2 to 3. I said, well.
And it's 8:30 in the morning.
Well, and it was, and I said, well, where's the line start? And she said, well, I don't know, right there. I said, all right. So I went over and stood in line.
Yeah.
I was going to get my picture took with Santa Claus.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Well, you're at a holiday fair, and supposedly this is the real Santa Claus. It ain't one of them mall Santa Claus.
Ones.
No. So I go
Tis the
stand in
season.
line, and you know, there's a bunch of kids lined up behind me. And,
Put you down with no look.
yeah, biting at my ankles and stuff. Want me to share my lollipop or what it was I had, a popcorn. Yeah, they want me to share. I said, no, you can just rub a little finger down my popcorn.
Yeah. Go on over there and tell your mama you want something.
So 3 of them ganged up on me, and I thought they'd go. Yeah, I thought they were going to take my popcorn, but they
Overtake
didn't.
you.
Tracy stepped in.
Tracy.
But anyway, so it gets time for me to get my picture took for Santa Claus. And, you know, and really I wasn't first in line. I was like 7th, you know, in line. And Santa, he said, come on up here, and tell all them little boys and girls. So it gets my time, and I go up there. And I'm getting on, you know, I'm sitting on Santa's, like, getting ready to sit down. He said, what are you doing? I said, what do you mean, what am I doing? I'm getting my picture took with Santa.
Yeah, I'm in line. What do you
Yeah.
think I'm doing?
Well, yeah. He said, well, how old are you? I said, I'm 60-something. Why?
It's none of your business.
He said, this is really for children. I said, listen, you fat boy. I've been in line since 8:30 this morning. I'm getting my picture took with you.
Yeah, whether you like it or not.
And if you don't like it, you can go out back and skirmish.
Yeah.
And that's what he said. He said, skirmish. I said, the hell it is. It's skirmish. He said, no, it's skirmish. I said, listen, if we get into it, you're going to be squirming. You're going to be running is what you're going to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I got my picture took with Santa anyway. So I'm gonna have it framed for Christmas and put it upstairs on the wall.
Top of the Christmas tree.
I just
Plus, I'm gonna send a copy to Josh and Caleb, both of them, so they put it on
I
their
just sent
wall.
Caleb a picture. I went into the cafe this morning.
Not the one in Spartanburg. You went to Spartanburg?
No,
Oh,
I learned my lesson from you.
Oh, that's good.
I ain't
Don't
going-
go there.
This was at your basic Eva's over in Westminster.
It's still loading.
And guess who was sitting there having a little breakfast?
It wasn't SC, was it?
Nope.
Oh,
Oh.
DJT.
Whoa.
That's right.
You-
I took a picture.
Did you meet him this morning?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
who was it, Earl?
It also hadn't came through yet, so I'm trying to get... Hold on.
Or do like some people do, like that.
If you turn it upside down, it might work.
Oh shit, Earl, I ain't got my glasses. You
Well,
know, damn
hey,
well I
help my
can't see
time. Why'd
far.
you come off without your glasses?
Shit.
Well, there he was, and bless his heart, he's sitting by himself.
Yeah.
You go sit with him.
No, I was afraid there might be there's people sitting around with dark sunglasses on and little black suits and all.
And a bulge in their breath.
I was afraid if I went over and sat down, they might want to gang up on me like them little kids did. You.
Well, honestly, if you'd went over there and sat down, they probably would have said, hey, what you know about what happened up there at Duke? And you'd be like, nothing.
Where was you on the night of?
Can't say. Couldn't say. When that picture comes through, we're going to put it in this episode. So did you meet him? Did you say hello?
Oh yeah,
Did he say hello?
yeah.
Did you shake his hand?
No.
He was eating.
You can't get that close. Also, he was eating. If you try to meet some celebrity, and I figured this out, that I want to meet a few celebrities, like Shaq. I've seen him before in person. I'd like to meet him because a long time ago they called me White Shaq, and
But it was a long time ago.
yeah, and I was not near as good, but I was bigger than most people.
Well,
that
you
like
might
Trump.
get your dream might come true because he probably listens to the podcast.
Well, he's probably at the damn Papa John's down the street because he's always hawking that Shaq-a-roni pizza, and I'm
Yeah.
like, well, I'll go get one of them.
You invented that long before he did, didn't
Yeah.
you? You said, why
So I
don't we
wanna
make
meet
one
him.
92 inches around?
He called K-A-Roni.
And Michael Jackson from like a distance, I don't want to.
It'll be hard to meet him now.
Yeah,
You know,
And probably
unless
for the
y'all meet
best.
somewhere else.
yeah. I'm glad I wanted to meet him now, and not when I was a child. And
Yeah.
that's kind of it. So,
Just him too?
I mean, there's more. Jesus, obviously.
Well, hopefully you're going to meet him one day.
Yeah, that's the
Get that
plan.
dream come true.
Yeah. But I saw Shaq getting out of a car one time. I was like, damn, that guy is enormous. And then I was going to try to take a picture, and he was like, no, fat boy, get out of here. And I was like, I'm not Santa. Calm down.
And he called you fat boy.
Yeah. but he was astute, if nothing else. And he knows how to make pizza.
Oh, he's not stupid. He's a good boy. He's
yeah.
smart, too. He got all them pizza restaurants. Right.
I saw, well, we're going to, so this still hasn't came through, but I'm going to put it in the episode because Earl evidently had breakfast with DJT. And
For
anybody
you
who
people
doesn't
that don't know who DJT is,
don't tell them. They got to watch the episode.
There you go. Yeah.
To see.
well, I wasn't going to tell them.
Surprise.
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
going to say, you don't need to be listening to us if you don't know who
Yeah.
that is.
Yeah.
You're listening to the wrong podcast.
I was
Go listen to that one about Murdaugh down there in Lower State because there's 9 of them. You know,
We're going to try to get him on the podcast in a few years.
well, it's hard to get us through that prison system in there
it's
to
hard
talk
get
to
all the
him.
equipment in that.
Yeah. We could probably get in to see him, but taking all this equipment, they're going to be like, no.
And getting out might be a problem. So
Yeah.
let's just stay
You
here.
especially getting
Yeah,
out
well,
of
yeah,
this
let's just stay right here.
I was going to say, for some of y'all, getting in, pretty easy. Getting out.
A little sketchy.
I was outside the other morning. I was going to tell y'all that about 700 birds flew over me,
We had them yesterday.
and not one of them shit. And I was like,
Well, this winter they on their way to Florida.
yeah.
Well, these were just making circles. We was all at Beverly's yesterday for our Thanksgiving, you know.
Oh, buzzards?
No, these were
Little
crows or starlings.
That's what it calls
or
Beverly
something.
buzzing.
And they would go over in this tree and raise hell for a little while, and then they'd all take off and go over and get in that tree and raise hell. For a little. Then they'd go back and forth, and I'm like, make up your mind which tree you want to be
Where
in.
you go? What are you doing? They're doing Thanksgiving at each other's house.
I reckon they must have been. They said, if y'all going Thanksgiving on Friday, we will too. And
Yeah. But I thought 600 birds flew directly over my head and not one of them shit. And I was like, I'm buying a lottery ticket.
yeah,
And I
good
lost.
thing to do.
So, no, it didn't make a shit. I still lost.
Well, they don't. You know,
It was a scratcher.
I've never had
You
that
was the
problem.
winner either way.
Yeah, you
good
know,
point.
I've never had that problem because when they fly over, I just put my hand up like that, and a lot of them just stop right there and look at that, and then they take off.
stop.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Catch them. Have you seen those birds? Where like they're okay. People are idiots. We've established that over the course of the last 3 years.
What they'll do is they'll sit out and look in trees, watch birds move with this tree to this tree.
But I seen a bunch of videos on like social media where people think birds aren't real because they're okay. Here's the deal: they look like when they video the bird, it looks like the bird's just kind of hovering, like a helicopter, not moving. But the problem is they're not accounting for the wind, you know. So the bird's just kind of gliding on the wind and trying to get where he's going, but can't because the wind's too strong. And so, like a hurricane came through.
He's just sitting still.
And he's just,
Kind of like a parachuter do.
And they're like, the bird's froze in the air. I'm like, you idiot. Do you not know how wind works? And then I remembered, I don't know how wind works. So.
And look, that bird stopped in midair.
Yeah.
I have seen the wind work, and it works in mysterious ways.
Like the who. People are like, pigeons aren't real. Like somebody said pigeons are drones from the government.
All of them?
I was like, Josh, quit saying
Josh,
shit.
grow up.
Yeah. So, but now let me ask you this, Earl. And I feel like I'm going to go back and check the tape, but I feel like I ask you this every single year. When you do Thanksgiving with the family, Big Earl's there, your mama's there, and the rest of your family.
Yeah.
Good.
All your family's there, Earl? I mean, all
Everybody.
them nieces and nephews. And
Everybody was there.
and there were
I'm
Janice
taking
and
the
Earl's house.
over.
Beverly.
Beverly's house.
Okay, I'm taking the over on 17 people.
And you would be correct.
Bingo. Now, what do you eat? What do you eat? Not what does everybody eat?
What's
Well,
not,
out
no,
of
what's served? What do you eat?
Well, what I eat is turkey and dressing with giblet gravy. I eat some ham, macaroni and cheese, green beans, and a roll.
So you eat beans, greens, potatoes,
Tomatoes.
no lamb,
No.
no ram,
What's a ham?
little hog, no dog.
Correct.
Cool.
Or cat.
What? So I found out the other day when I was apparently I'm in charge of this thing at work that they call the party planning committee.
Can you let me ask something before you go on?
Sure.
Because Earl, Earl said something in on you. If you don't watch it,
I'm about to ask the same thing you're about to ask.
what the hell's a giblet?
Yeah.
Where'd you get it at, first of all?
I found out what it was. And let me tell
There
you,
you go. See?
before Earl explains what it really is, what I found out, I thought it was like the nuts of the turkey.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
exactly what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Well, you're wrong.
Right. But apparently, according to Google, giblet gravy is made from the neck, the heart, the liver, and some kind of like poop chute, like not butthole, but like,
Intestines.
yeah.
It's scrap.
Okay.
So let me. You ate scrap
We
turkey
gotta-
for Thanksgiving.
all right. We have
I ate
to-
real turkey and scraps.
We have to elaborate on this because you don't like onions
Correct.
and you don't like what else? Something normal.
Well, I don't like peas, any kind of black-eyed peas.
Well,
and
fuck.
all that.
Man, he's not
nobody
real.
likes that
He's not
shit.
real fond of Christmas either. So I mean,
Yeah. Onions, one. Something else that we found out that you don't like. Ketchup? No, steak sauce.
Now, I'll eat a little 62 sauce every once in a while.
Okay,
on my
I'm
hamburger
cool with that.
steak.
No A1.
No, I don't care too much for A1.
Okay, so onions, A1. What was the other thing we found out you don't like?
I don't do, collars.
Milk. He don't eat no. He don't drink no milk.
Yes, I can't. I mean, become lactose intolerant
Milk.
in my older age.
Yep. And then one more. We need one more thing. One more thing you don't like. You like cheese.
Yeah, I like cheese.
Yeah.
I don't do asparagus.
Oh, you like cheese, but you don't like milk.
Yeah, because I eat cheese in small quantities.
You can tolerate cheese.
Yeah.
Milk, not so much.
I love
If I overdo it on cheese, I'm like everybody else. I'll swell up.
Well, I love milk. I can lay down under a cow and drink it.
Well, I used to could, but I can't no more.
And there was one other
You getting
thing
older.
that was,
Hey, tell me about it.
what was that other thing you didn't like?
I don't. There's a lot of things I don't like.
We was talking about it not long ago. There was something that was.
I don't do very much of that Chinese food, any kind of Asian
There we go. All right,
foods
so here,
and stuff.
perfect. So, fuck, what was the first thing we said? Onions, onions, A1 sauce, milk, and Chinese food, which basically, if you mix it all up, is giblet gravy.
Yeah, that's right.
But you eat giblet gravy.
So,
See, it's very tiny portions of each all mixed together with cream of chicken soup.
Oh,
Is that
don't
what
get me started, Earl.
what did you say giblets was again?
Heart, liver,
kidneys,
and nuts. I mean, not nuts, but like
Guts.
neck,
Not guts.
heart, liver, neck,
What?
and
Yeah.
intestines.
Yeah. Who made this? That's nasty.
I don't know.
Who made this giblet
I
stuff?
don't
You
know.
ate it, or you know
Yeah.
who made it?
Oh, well, it was one of my damn kinfolk. It was Melinda or Beverly or Kelly or.
They
they're
made
kids, yeah.
that stuff. Well,
have
first of all,
it
where'd they
every
get that
year.
at?
I don't know.
Did
Don't
they,
care.
Well, did they?
Don't care.
They
I
must.
eat it.
Did they get a FedEx package on Wednesday and they had that stuff in
Could
there?
have been. They might have got it on Tuesday. I don't know.
I'm
That's
thinking
nasty, Earl.
that if
stuff.
Let me get this right, Earl. You won't eat A1 sauce or onion or no damn milk, but you eat giblet.
Yep.
Kimmy Giblet, I think that anyone who makes and listen, I haven't had it because I'm not going to eat it.
I'm not
I'm
gonna
very
eat now.
particular also, much less so now than when I was younger. But if anybody makes homemade giblet gravy, like if they found a whole turkey and
I
they
ain't
were
eating
like,
at their house.
hey, we're going to eat breast meat, wing meat, thigh meat, hoof meat, or whatever.
And we're going to take the rest of it and put it over here in this different pan.
Basically, what they do is they take one of them tenderizing hammers,
Yeah.
and just beat the shit out of this thing until they're like, hey, now put it in a pot with some cream of whatever, and then
We
boil
finna
it.
eat that.
And
Pour that
I-
over you. Didn't
I wouldn't. I don't want
Pour it over
to.
your
If I knew
dressing,
somebody had made giblet gravy at their house, I ain't gonna eat there. Cause I'm gonna be all the time I'm over there. I'm gonna be looking around. Like, did when they was cutting up his heart, did a piece fall on
Now,
the
wait
floor?
a minute. Nene used to make giblet gravy.
Nene's different, Earl.
Well, Nene made it.
Well,
I
she
remember
did.
eating it.
It was different if Nene Rose
Oh,
made it, cause
okay.
I didn't ever see her cutting up no heart, no neck. And
Well,
first
that's
of all,
because she did it when you wasn't looking.
first of all,
You did get 'em
that neck
go ape
part,
shit over it.
that neck part you talking about, Earl. Okay, so they
nap.
cut they
a
cut the
gizzard?
neck off at the head and down at the shoulders.
Yeah.
And,
That's where the neck usually is, between the head and the shoulders. On most animals, maybe not all, but on most, that's usually where it is.
and what do you do with it, Earl?
You take that damn hammer he had over there, well, gonna beat the hell out of it and put it in a pot. Pour some cream of chicken soup on it and some diced up
Earl,
boiled eggs.
cream of chicken soup. You gonna eat turkey? You gonna eat chicken?
But yeah.
now let me ask you this, and let me tell you something.
That's different.
Different.
I found out that basically Campbell's soup they used to have tomato, right? Tomato soup.
Yeah.
And then they used to have like chicken noodle.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
And they used to have like some other shit. Now, two recipes that I made, one for work and one for sport, they called for one called for cream of chicken, one called for cream of mushroom. And I went to the store, and now they're smarter. They don't just sit the cans on the shelf. They have this little dispensary thing. You
They
pull
roll
one
out
and one
like
falls
a drink machine, yeah.
Yeah.
Like you used to drink beer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was like cream of chicken and cream of mushroom. I need it. So luckily they put them in alphabetical order. So
Do
first
they?
one, yeah.
I ain't never noticed that. Now I stand there and look at that soup for 15 minutes.
There you go. That's why you ain't never noticed it. You stand there with a dazed look on your face and don't know what in the world you're going to get.
Yeah.
A, alphabet soup. B,
Broccoli and cheese.
bingo. C,
Campbell's.
yeah. Then it starts with the cream of, you know. The first C is like chicken. And then it goes to cream of. And there's about 17
Cream obs.
cream of chicken, cream of bacon, cream of wheat, cream of mushroom,
Yeah.
cream of
Yeah.
broccoli.
All that.
One of them said cream of swordfish. I was like, motherfucker,
Really?
y'all need to quit
How'd you
creaming
get that?
shit.
And first of all, what is that cream of? How you get cream of mushroom? Yeah, you get that hammer you had a while ago, you beat it down,
Yeah.
and the juice is the
That's
cream
what
of.
I'm thinking.
And well, what about bacon? Same at pound. You do that, and then the bacon juice.
That's right.
Y'all
Swordfish.
You catching on. We're gonna teach you some stuff.
You remember when y'all was kids and you'd play games in school, you know? You played Red Rover. Did y'all ever play that?
Yeah.
No, I quit. I quit school because of them games. That was just
Okay.
recess too long.
Damn. So they had Red Rover, right, where you'd line up and like lock hands or arms or whatever, and then they'd be like, Red Rover,
Red Rover.
send
Caleb
Earl
on over.
right over.
Oh no, they didn't send Caleb over. They knew about
No,
that.
yeah. You just hold it up somebody's arm.
Yeah, I was blowing shoulders out all day. So
Teacher
they're like,
got
send
pissed,
somebody out. But then they had a game that was called, and I'm not going to say it because I don't want to get canceled. But
you're gonna say it anyway.
It was. I'm going to try to cuten it up a little bit. It was basically like tag violently the homosexual. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's where they started creaming all these foods because basically they're like, Campbell's gets a shipment, a missed shipment, right? Somebody shipped Campbell's soup a fuck ton of swordfish. And they're like,
What are we gonna do with this?
we can't, what is this? Nobody eats swordfish soup. They're like, cream it, dude. Just do it.
Get a hammer.
They're like, yeah, well, what exactly do we do when we cream it? It's like, you know what you do? You get those hammers, sledgehammers, if they're big swordfish, you know, beat the shit out of them, and then pour a bunch of milk and heavy whipping cream in them. Stir it up,
Use that
can
snout.
it up.
Yeah.
Ship it out.
Use that snout, that sword snout, to stir it up with.
Yeah, they're
know,
like
cream
well,
of swordfish.
We do cream of chicken and cream of mushroom, and that's basically what everybody uses. Maybe cream of broccoli and then cream of wheat. And then they're like, yeah, but we have 600 pounds of swordfish. What are we going to do with that? We have 6 million cans. Fill them up, make a label,
Something.
put them in the store. So I'm in the store shopping, and I was supposed to get cream of mushroom soup. I did. Problem was, it was cream of mushroom and garlic and barley. And I'm like, I'm not a pilgrim. I don't need all this
Yeah.
shit. I need cream of mushroom. But they put some fancy seasonings in it. And then I made my Thanksgiving dish for work, and nobody ate it, and I got pissed, and I tipped it over. I tipped the table over, and then I helped clean it up because I didn't want to get fired.
It said,
And
Merry,
you updated your resume.
Merry Christmas.
You know, and that's kind of how that went. Thanksgiving happened, but Amish people are weird.
Because of Thanksgiving. Yeah.
We have some Amish customers,
That's when their clock stopped about Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
and they
Now, when you say you got Amish customers, now are they Amish or are they different? Earl know this. Is there different sects of the Amish? Like. I mean, I'm not talking about male, female. I'm talking about like.
Yeah.
What's them things?
It's
What's
like
them good cookers?
That's
Mennonites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
That's
what
a
I'm gonna say.
sect.
It's like the Muslims. You got your Shiites and your Sunnis and you
terrorists.
all them different sects of Muslim.
Yeah.
Well, they the same. They got different sects. They got your Mennonites and your Quakers and you.
So the Mennonites. I know the Mennonites are the cookers.
Mhm.
I mean, and Quakers, they make that cream of
Cream,
Wheat.
wheat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They the original creamers.
That's all they do. Yeah.
And the Amish are builders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll build a barn. They put 432 people out there and build a barn in 45 minutes.
Yeah. But we have some customers who use our stuff because it's hydraulic. You don't have to plug it into an outlet,
So that's legal in the Amish society.
Evidently. But the problem is they are very, they're very strict with some things, but they're very not strict with other things. Like, we had one customer who was like, you have to either email or fax us an order in order to place it. You can't just call us and be like, I want this. Because then it's a he said, she said. If we send you the wrong thing, which we're liable to do, it's,
Understand. You need it in writing.
Exactly. We had one Amish customer who would hand write it and mail it to us, which is also acceptable. Very, very not fast, but also acceptable. But
Well, just so you know, Amish don't get fast about nothing. They ain't no hurry.
when I think that's why they were okay with doing it.
Yeah.
Because in my mind, I'm like, this is the most inefficient way you could do this at all. But we had one that called and was like, hey, I want to place an order. And I was like, cool.
We don't got
He said,
otters.
we ain't got otters.
You
We got some swordfish. We ain't got no otters.
We got some cream
We'll bring
swordfish.
one for you, too.
I was like,
We got
cool.
no otters.
Just
They're hard
do
to
me a
catch.
favor. Shoot me a email or fax. And, I said, shoot me an email. And they were like, well, I have email. And I was like, well, you could also fax it. And they're like, well, we could fax it. I'm like, well, do that, And so they did. They faxed an order. And then I got to, so we got it, processed it, shipped them the stuff.
Yeah, it was wrong.
Everything was fine for the most part. Then after the fact, I got to thinking,
You got a fax, but no email?
that's what I thought.
You got to put a fax in, don't you, Earl?
Well,
Well, you got to plug it into a telephone line.
Yeah, telephone number is what you got to have for a fax.
you got to plug it in twice. You got to plug
For it to
into the
run.
wall, for it to have power, and to a telephone line, which obviously they have because they called and they're like, hey, we want to place an order. And I was like, cool. But so the next time they called in, they're like, hey, we want to place an order. And I was like, okay. You can email it. Well, I have email. I said, I know, but you have fax. And they're like, yeah, we have fax. I was like, cool. You do realize that if you plugged in a computer the same way you plug in a fax 2 times, it'll do the same thing much more efficiently. And they were like, nay. And I was like,
Thanksgiving, stop the clock.
I was like, well, here's the deal. You can do it. They're like, nah. Pa won't let us. And I was like,
Who's Pa?
well, just, maybe surprise him. Get him one for Christmas. Get him a very, very old computer that you can plug into the wall, which you can do, and to the phone jack, which you also can do. And then whenever you want to send an order, just double click that little man who's running, and then you'll hear like wee 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 wee, and it'll dial up, and then you can type an email and send it. And he's like, no, not going to hell. And I was like, I don't believe you are either, but you also are using a fax, so it's plugged in twice. Switch the cables, get a screen. Have a computer.
Here we go.
You're already flirting with the devil, so you might as well just dance
Might as well
with
Go
go
ahead
and
and kiss
get in
him.
bed with him.
him. Yeah, I mean, so they're weird. And then I got to thinking, and this is kind of off topic from Thanksgiving, but I did get to thinking, and I really just wanted to tell you and see what you thought. Because I had a thought the other day, yesterday
Here we
actually. We were doing Thanksgiving yesterday, and I was outside throwing football with my brother, Josh, and our little cousins, and they're not little. One of them's 21, and one of them's 15. But they're little compared to us.
Well, duh.
So,
All your cousins are.
but we were talking about something, and it got brought up. And I don't want this to sound. And here's what I don't want. I don't want people to think I'm making fun of people with deficiencies.
Maladies.
Yeah.
Well, you
better.
fixing to.
Well, I'm going to do my best to preface
You won't
it.
think it.
Yeah.
I got you.
Go ahead
So,
and do it.
but I got to thinking that, have you been around a lot of people that have the maladies, like you say? Have you been encountered, like, in a close proximity with some of them at time to time?
Yesterday.
Okay. There we go.
Yeah,
I got to
thank you.
thinking
My whole family.
Yeah, I
that,
returned to Sister Bever's house. What do you think?
I thought I had like a, what is it when you think of something and you're like, oh shit, not an idea, but like a,
An epiphany.
yeah. that most people who have the deficiencies that we know of, they are, it's like they have a secret that they really, really, really want to tell you, but they also really don't want you to know it. So there's just like it's like an internal conflict that they have going on in their brain. It's like, I gotta tell him, but I don't want him to know it.
And that's why they can't get nothing done. They're conflicted.
That's what I'm saying. And I think that's probably but it kind of, not devolved, and not evolved. It kind of evolved from that to like, and surely science is smart enough to like, what's that guy, Neil Grassfield, whatever his name is?
Neil Grassfield.
The man who does science.
Does some bitch that threw Pluto out.
Yeah, talks about space and like how that's not real. And like between him, probably Stephen Hawking, maybe, and because
you say Stephen Hawking.
No,
He's sitting. Oh,
yeah, no.
Oh, you're talking about the guy in the wheelchair.
Okay, fair. Also,
was in the wheelchair.
Between Neil Tyson,
Armstrong,
DeGrasse Tyson, Mike's brother, and Stephen Hawking, keyboard warrior, and Stephen Holcomb, I think we could get this figured out. And I wanted to pose it to a panel of scientists, which we kind of have.
We kind of have here, yeah.
Yeah. So
that. And this is not.
We just don't do science.
This is not going to go over well. I already know it. So it's going to. And this is probably what we're going to end on today because there's really no coming back from it. But we convinced our little cousin Jarrett to go pet a donkey that was nearby. And
I know you think to yourself, why was there a donkey nearby?
Yeah. Well,
but because the donkey had come over because the potbelly pig had already left.
Yeah. They have a potbelly pig as a family pet or whatever.
He
I
named
think they have
Barry.
a couple of them. But they have also, in this field that we were playing football in, behind it is a pasture that had some cows roaming. And I was like, go pet one of those cows.
That's a donkey, he said.
Yeah, and then the cows had already, by the time his back was to the cows. I was facing them. I said, go pet one of them. And so by the time that they had wandered off, a donkey had wandered off. He said, that cow looks weird. And I was like, okay, well, that's a donkey. But he said, then we went over there, and then he saw the cows, and he's like, that one's got poop all over it. I was like, how do you think they wipe? He's like, with their tail, maybe like a windshield wiper. I was like, all right, well, let's not get too close to let me pet them. You know what I'm saying? But so he
We got to go back and eat turkey.
And then he said, do we have any apples? At which time I tried to convince him that they don't like apples, they like ham. Because we had ham, no apples. And he didn't really buy it, but I think he thought about it for a little bit. But what I was going to say is, and what is probably the people that have the maladies, that do the secrets and stuff and don't want you to know them, they've tried a lot of things to correct it. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying they need to be corrected. I don't know what I'm saying. What I think I'm saying is this. Have we, when our other little cousin who wasn't petting the donkey was young, I threw a football, like basically Peyton Manning style.
Eddie Higgins.
Well, I threw it near him to hoping Josh would catch it, and Josh didn't. So it's still his fault. But it hit him directly in the face. And I threw it from about 15, 20 yards away.
Hard as you could.
Hard as I could. And it
catch this.
It decleated him. He was on his back, and he cried for a second, and then he started laughing. And
is this one 21 years old, 22 years old? Okay.
And
has anyone got that RAWAL right across there on his face?
He's doing great now. He builds fences. But
he recovered nicely.
Yep. But what I'm thinking is like, I was thinking about this all at one time during Thanksgiving because I thought we should be thankful for something. And I thought, what if the people with the, I'm going to just say it instead of beating around the bush anymore, the people with the maladies, have we ever just tried to like hit them real hard and see if it
rearranges.
Well, see, I thought about since you mentioned that.
Well,
not,
how they cure you?
well, I ain't saying that. I ain't saying that you hit them real hard, but I've often thought about how you go to chiropractor and he pots your bone, and boy, you feeling good right after that.
Yeah.
If you could take them there and maybe they do extra
Pop
stuff.
something extra?
Yeah. Something pop that you don't pop on normal people. You pop that and
that's a much better idea. My idea was basically
you get in trouble hitting somebody.
Yeah, but if they have to sign waivers, I think. I think you have to make them sign or get a guardian to sign waivers, and that says, "Hey, we're going to give it a shot."
May or may not work.
Well, see, that's the beauty of the electric shock therapy.
Okay.
Even if it don't work, it's hilarious to watch.
Yeah. I was thinking along the same lines of like a TENS unit, like you're talking about with the electroshock, but I thought, what if Mike Tyson just took a swipe at whomever?
Because it can't get no worse.
I didn't
unless they
say
die.
it.
I mean, that's a little bit worse.
I didn't want to say it, but I'm just saying, just have one brave one sign up for it.
Well, listen, you gotta be a human, not human, humane. You gotta be humane about this whole thing. You can't. People ain't gonna accept, one of these little deficiency fellas walking up and Mike Tyson knocking his head off. They ain't gonna go for that.
I think
You
it has to be.
sneak up on them.
Oh well.
Well, now that would be, if it works, that would be the way to fix a lot of them at once. I'm thinking we put Mike Tyson in a lab coat, have Neil, his brother, there, not Stephen Hawking, he's dead, and then maybe you, and
Have somebody to sign the waiver.
we just had to need somebody to watch it and document. Nope, didn't work. Or
Funny as hell, but didn't work.
or holy shit,
Yeah!
that worked.
He's
So
okay now.
I'm just thinking that is not. That wasn't what I was thankful for yesterday, but
Yet.
I did think about it, so it was Thanksgiving instead of Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? Like
But I'm gonna ask you a question about this. Now I'm talking about strictly Amish and their sex. That go off just splinters.
I don't want to
Whatever
talk about
splinters
Amish
Oh,
people having
What
sex.
what does I ain't never seen one of them little deficiency fellas Amish. Have you?
That's because they slap them a little bit harder when they're born.
Is that what it is?
Unscramble everything.
They don't slap her butt, slap him in the head. I ain't never seen one, So I was wondering, do they cull them? I mean, if you've got one that comes out and he's all deficiency and stuff, say, put him over in the corner and don't forget about him, but kind of forget about him. Is that what they do? I mean,
Could be.
We've talked about this before.
we have.
Yep.
What did we decide?
Well, when they determine that, because most Amish births are at home, they're not going to the hospital. They're doing
that's
it in
right.
the
Yeah,
bathtub
they
or
can do
something.
whatever they want to.
So
They can sew them up right there.
couple months, years later, they figure out, shit,
Little Jeremiah ain't gonna
Yeah.
make it.
Jeremiah's not doing great. He's not learning shit like he should be. He don't know colors yet.
And his mama says, "Oh, he's doing fine. He's gonna be." No, he's not.
Then what they do is they give them like a birthday gift. I think they give them like 8.
Till they're 8 years old.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Because they're learning at a much slower. They're learning shit we don't learn. Like we learn to talk, then to read, then to write, then to do math. They learn to walk and to put their hat on, and then to build shit.
And push a plow.
So by 8, they figured, all right, he's either gonna get it. We know by 8 he's got it, or he ain't
You
gonna
can
get
either
it.
build a barn or you can't.
So then at 8, the birthday gift for every 8-year-old Amish boy is a shovel.
Shovel, you say?
Mm-hmm. And maybe like a small one. It doesn't have to be like a full-grown shovel.
Like one of them little camper shovels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a spade or whatever.
Yeah.
Or spate. And they give them that. And it's either, this is every conversation in every Amish home at 8-year-old child's birthday parties. And I don't think they do little like paper hats. I think they do like paper big Amish hats.
Big black Amish hats.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the conversation is Mary,
Jeremiah. Yeah.
we're going to give him a shovel. And they're like, We give them and a shovel at 8 years old every time. Every single one of them gets a shovel. All the boys. And he's like, yeah, we're going to do it. And she's like, why do we do that? And he's like, well, a couple things. One, he's going to either go out and dig a hole, or dig something. Plant some plants, carnations or whatever. And then, or corn. And then, if he can't figure out how to dig a hole, we're going to make him I'm going to teach him how to dig a hole. She's like, well, if he can't plant things, Jebediah, then why did you teach him to dig a hole? Because then I'm going to push him in it.
Hit him with the shovel.
Fill it up.
And we're
Hit him in the back of the head with this shovel.
We're going to try again. She's like, good God, we have 17 children. He's like, you better get ready.